Hi, my name is Dr. Chinwe Wakibe. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Anthropology and Sociology at the University of the Western Cape, South Africa. I teach at both graduate and undergraduate level. And today, I will be talking about the commonest question that has featured frequently during my consultation with students, particularly as graduation draws close or as they near completion. Students often ask and try so hard to understand what they can do with a degree in sociology. Very often, they ask, where do sociologists work if they are not lecturing? The general perception is that sociologists and sociology graduates often end up as teachers, lecturers, and researchers. Well, that's what we'll find out in this episode. In order to have a chance of getting a job before anyone else or getting a chance to be interviewed first, you need to know which jobs to apply for and the skills that are required to capture the recruiter's attention. So you have to do your postgraduate. So you have done your postgrad and now ready for the corporate world. What career opportunities are available to you and what skills will be required to enable you fit into that role? Well, there are a lot of opportunities for you across sectors as a sociology graduate or one with a postgrad sociology degree. In the educational sector, you can work as lecturers, administrators, at student services, and in the business sector, you can work in management, marketing, advertising, personnel, and customer relations. In social services, actually, you can work at drug rehab facilities, as health admin, at disability services, family services, and counseling. In the social policy sector, you can also work as policy analyst, pub admin personnel, social research, and the list goes on. But I would like to explore a few career opportunities in depth to give you an idea of the job and the required skills and responsibilities involved. So this episode is all about most of the career opportunities you would come across after your postgraduate studies in sociology. The first career opportunity I would like to talk about today is that of policy analyst. As a policy analyst, you can work in any sector or industry. You can work in non-profit organizations, research organizations, businesses, and across industries. The other title for this role could be featured as social policy analyst. So what does it entail? What is the job specification or what is the job description? In this role, part of your responsibility would be to investigate policy issues and provide support for policy development or reform. You would also be expected to conduct fact and policy research by utilizing and analyzing data in a manner that leads to evidence-based policy making. Remember, I said evidence-based. I'll talk about that when I'm discussing transferable skills. You will also be expected to conduct your own research, evaluate policies and write papers, reports, as well as public statements. After all, you're a policy analyst, right? So the key aspect of a career in policy analysis would be your ability to identify needs, develop strategies, and implement work plans that would have far-reaching impacts. The key word here is far-reaching impacts because it is assumed that you're grounded in policy analysis. Now remember, during your postgraduate studies, your research methods and your theories, you may have done something on Giddens structuration theory, you may have looked at Bourdieu, concept of power, you may have looked at Foucault. So this is where it comes into play. This is where you're expected to use it in analyzing policy. Now, beyond that, you would also be expected to work with stakeholders in designing new approaches to policy challenges, advocating for a change, and ensuring that policies are analyzed and, where necessary, evaluated and reformed accordingly. In addition to those ones I've mentioned, you'll be expected to investigate, or participate in conferences, seminars, and other professional development activities that would enhance or build your capacity and also keep you abreast of developments in policy issues locally and globally. The second career is development officer. Your degree in sociology would avail you the opportunity to excel in this role. Why? Because you would be classified as a development officer, somebody who brings about capacity development or changes. And here, Your job description would cover developing a comprehensive and bold corporate partnership strategy by working hand in hand with board members and key staff of your organization leadership team. So as a development officer, you'll be required to collaborate with marketing to develop exciting materials for corporate proposals, because now the main thing, your main tool here as a development officer would be proposal writing. So if you were fond of skipping assignments, response papers during your postgraduate studies, gotcha, you would be reading those skills right now, because your writing skills will be highly required in order for you to excel in this job. So in addition, you will be expected to communicate with corporate partners to indicate how their resources have supported your organizational projects. Part of your job would be to develop, manage, and implement cultivation and solicitation strategies for corporate sponsorships and grants. You'll be writing a lot of grant proposals. You'll be seeking sponsors. Remember, you're a development officer, so you're basically asking for funding for development projects. So you would also be expected to arrange, conduct, and coordinate cultivation, stewardship, and recognition activities for corporate partners. So you're going to, I think I like this job description. You would have to work with a lot of corporate organizations, individuals, and all of it. Basically, a lot of PR is required here. So while you're writing those papers, you also want to look good, and learn how to talk well and sharpen your presentation skills, because it involves a lot of it will be a lot of public presentation. So the aspect of this job, you would need to maintain another key aspect of this job would be the fact that you need to maintain monthly reports and use this data to drive decision making. You see now, so it also requires data. So as you keep writing your reports, monthly reports, there is need for you to keep them in a very safe place, put it in your cloud or something, and then make sure that at the end of the day you're able to synthesize them and come up with a massive report or a comprehensive report. So if you're the outgoing type, you would definitely enjoy representing your organization and at external functions and events. This is where we end today's podcast. Thank you so much for listening. In the next episode, I'll be talking about other career opportunities. Thank you so much for listening. My name remains Dr. Chimuba Kipe.